What's up, YouTube? This is Hector from Not to Nerdy, and we're back with another weekly vlog. Now, real quick, I just want to go over what happened in the past week. Once again, I did have another episode of Warframe Wednesday, so that was pretty good. I also talked about net neutrality in that video, so if you don't know about this whole net neutrality and how like the FCC no longer controls that, it's probably a good video to listen to and just watch a gameplay as well, which is always good. Well, not good because I suck, but I mean, it's always good to watch gameplay. But another thing that I did once again with Saturday, did have Don't Starve Saturday, which is episode 2, and I had a humongous fail in the beginning of the game. I could not get the sanity up. Now I understand that you're supposed to collect a lot of flowers and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I kept eating the petals, thinking that I knew it had something to do with the flowers, but I just didn't know what it was, and I kept eating the petals and actually dropped my sanity quicker, it seemed like. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't figure it out. I just went crazy in the game, and all of a sudden, you'll see what happens if you watch a video. But I also started a new character, Firestarter, so that's pretty cool as well. Now that I know some of the features of the game, I'm going to try to improve for next week, so definitely keep track of that. And yeah, now what's coming up for next week, it's pretty much no games still. Unfortunately, there's not too much I can show on this channel at the moment because it's a lack of games and stuff like that. So definitely, like always, Wednesday, Warframe Wednesdays, expect that. Saturday, Don't Starve Saturdays. And the weekly vlog is always going to be on like Sunday-ish. So it might be Monday by the time you see it, but hopefully it's around Sunday. Also, I think next week might be the first week that YouTube starts their review process. It takes longer to review the videos, so they won't go live for a while. So if that's the case, I might have to do videos a little bit earlier, and I'm going to test around and see how long it takes for a video to go up. But also throughout the week, I might throw in a little bit like DC Universe. I also have a Black Flag, which I've been playing a lot. I just haven't been posting the videos, but I do have some videos up that I'll post up and stuff like that. I'm going to edit it and do like some fun things with it, but it is a really, really good game. So and unfortunately, I already beat the game, but I want to, continue it again and show you guys some of the gameplay. But that's pretty much it. Like, there's really nothing going on in the gaming world until like February, so it's pretty much a drought for all different types of games. So definitely expect DC Universe and a whole bunch of other different games on this channel. Plus, I have a lot of product reviews that I have to do for certain devices, so I'll show you guys that as well. But real quick, before this vlog finishes, I want to talk about Nintendo. Now, I know you guys know the whole story about Nintendo and stuff like that. Let me just pick up one of these articles right here. Now, one of the problems with Nintendo is for their March, that ends the fiscal year for them. And they estimate that they're going to get 9 million Wii U's units sold. And now they dropped the estimation from 9 million to 2.8 million. So right now, they're working at a loss. And they lost a lot of money. I think it's around the 300 million mark. If you turn into dollars, it's around the $300 million mark. So that's a lot of money to lose. Now, a lot of people jump to the conclusion that Nintendo's dead, they're done. That's not the case yet. I mean, they made so much money on the Wii that they could afford like something like this for a while. But the problem is they need to make a move now to, I'm not saying that the Wii U is going to revive. I'm not saying that, but I think the Wii U could hang on until next generation where they can make a console, and that's going to be their final deciding generation. So right now, the Wii U isn't really going to determine anything for the Nintendo yet. They still have money left over for another Wii U, but there is some problems as well. After all this, news about the Wii U, and after pretty much Nintendo admitted to their mistakes, all of a sudden the stock market dropped for them. So their stock shares went down 17%, that's like a nosedive. That's really bad for a business. For you to lose 17% of shares, that's not good at all. So once again, it does not mean Nintendo's going bankrupt yet. Like, that does not mean anything. But if they continue this path in the next 5-6 years, then yeah, you're looking at bankruptcy without a doubt. But right now, they got to make some changes, some big changes, and when there's changes, that could mean people getting laid off. It could mean a lot of different things for Nintendo. But yeah, unfortunately, Nintendo's not looking good right now. They still have time to improve. I mean, the 3DS is keeping them alive, but I mean, if they had the 3DS doing really, really bad, then imagine that. Like that really could have been bad if the 3DS and Wii U were both doing bad. But right now the 3DS are keeping them alive. But even the 3DS didn't make the numbers that Nintendo thought it was going to make. So that's not that good. That they didn't get the numbers for that either. So I don't know. I mean, personally, we all grew up the Nintendo. We love Nintendo, but they pretty much didn't try new things. And I think the success of the Wii, I guess they figured, hey, well, we did so good with limited hardware that we could do it again and make profit off it. And they chose not to like impress people with the hardware, and that was their downfall for this generation. If you look at it, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and the 360 and Xbox One, they're like, people complain and say, oh, it's not that much of a difference. They do look different graphically, like they could do certain things differently, and it's a slight improvement for certain aspects of the game, and that's what next gen is right now. It's just about getting more frames per second, getting 1080p and stuff like that. And if the Wii U can't push those limits, then pretty much they're stuck in last generation. And that's why a lot of developers realize, look, we can't sit there and keep developing games for this console when we have to incorporate the one good thing that it had going for it, which is the gamepad. And I don't think it's a good thing going for it, but I'm saying, like, that's the one selling point they had for themselves. And if that was the only selling point, then like there's really nothing else that separates that console from last gen. And pretty much no one really likes the gamepad. I mean, it hasn't really been incorporated in any games the right way. There's been some games that it was used okay, like Pikmin 3, like they used it pretty well, but overall the gamepad was just a gimmick. And people nowadays are not falling for these gimmicks as much as they did before. Like, look at the 3D TVs. Like, people just drop 3D like it's nothing. People aren't falling for these gimmicks as much anymore. So you can't sell something primarily on a gimmick anymore and get away with it. Especially when people see something, when they tried it already, it's old to them. People want the newest and greatest thing. They don't want to keep seeing the same old thing. You bring out something that looks like a tablet. People saw tablets already. You know what I mean? Why do they want to buy a console, the tablet, but you can't even take that tablet out of the household? What's the purpose of it? You can't be too far away from the TV when using it. So, like, it really isn't a feature that people really wanted, that they needed. But once again, Nintendo tried to persuade them, hey, this is what you want, this is what you need when they're not like Apple. Apple always does it. Apple always says this is what you want, this is what you need. People believe it. That the fingerprint thing is ridiculous. I'm the first one to say that I think that's the dumbest technology whatsoever. It makes no sense. It doesn't even work all the time. And the funny thing is, the whole point of that fingerprint technology, right, to add more security. What happens if you press it a couple times? It says it can't read your fingerprint, and then it brings up a pin so you can put in your pin anyway. So either way, it goes back to the pin number if it can't read your fingerprint, which totally defeats the whole purpose. But I digress. That's a whole nother subject. But I don't know what this means for Nintendo and its future, but I do know it means that Nintendo has to make changes now. What's his name? I don't even remember his damn name. What's his name? I'm trying to think. He said he's not retiring at all. Whatever. You guys know who I'm talking about. We feel like an idiot for not remembering his name. Look it up. Whatever. It's not important what his name is. The point is, he said he's not quitting. He's not resigning anytime soon. So that means that, I don't know what changes he means, but there's changes coming soon, and he's not retiring. So I'm sure if he retired and quit and someone else came up there, that might bring back the stock a little bit, but I have no idea what they're planning to do right now. But we'll see what goes on Nintendo, but right now it does not look too good. These games are taking too long for them to be released. Games that would help them sell the console, they're taking too long. The next big game that they have is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and to be honest with you, that's not a system seller. Is it a good game? Yes. Is it going to be a fun game? I love Donkey Kong, I love the music involved in Donkey Kong as well, but it's not a game that will sell a console. So, the games that might sell a console are the You got definitely Smash Brothers. You know, you get the Smash Brothers out, you're gonna sell a console with that, and you know the Mario Kart racing that sells consoles. But yet another new Zelda that will sell a console. But they're taking way too long to release these games in the window, you know, the game launch window, which I don't know what happened to that. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. So don't forget, you guys, Wednesday, Warframe Wednesday, Saturday, Don't Starve Saturdays. So that's pretty much it. So this Hex from Not to Nerdy, I'm out. See you too.